Hey there. So, you've been hearing all the buzz about crypto, and you're thinking, okay, what's this all about? Well, you've come to the right place. We're going to break down exactly what you need to know about 2026, a year that could seriously change the game for digital assets. So, let's jump right in.
Now, that's a pretty bold statement, right? But it gets right to the point. What we're talking about here is a whole new chapter for crypto, one that's faster, smarter, and way more connected to the real world than anything we've ever seen before. A huge shift is on the horizon, and you're going to want to be ready for it.
And really, that's what it all boils down to. When big changes happen, there are always massive opportunities, but there are also risks. Our goal here is to give you the tools and the confidence to make sure you're in that first group, the one that's ready to ride the wave. So, I want you to think of this as your personal playbook. This isn't about chasing hype or making wild guesses. It's about building a smart, practical strategy that's going to help you make much better decisions down the road. Okay, so why 2026? What's the big deal about this one particular year? Well, it's not just one single thing. It's actually a few really powerful forces all coming together at the exact same time. Let's break down what those are. So you've got these three huge forces converging. First, the technology itself is evolving at an incredible pace. Blockchains are getting way faster and cheaper, which means they can finally be used for real-world stuff, not just trading. That leads to the second point, mainstream adoption. Big companies, your bank, they're all starting to get on board. And the third piece, which is absolutely crucial, is regulatory clarity. We're finally starting to get some rules of the road, which gives the big institutional investors, we're talking the ones with really deep pockets, the green light to jump in. It's this combination that creates a kind of perfect storm for the whole market. All right, so understanding why this is all happening is step one. But now we need to talk about how you should approach it. This next part is all about getting into the right headspace, a mindset that puts a solid strategy way ahead of all the market hype. You can really see the two different paths here. On one side, you have the hype follower. This person is constantly reacting, chasing the latest hot trend, and usually they're doing it without any real plan. But then you have the smart investor. They're proactive. They have a clear strategy, they look for projects with genuine long-term value, and this is the most important part, they always protect their capital. That's the mindset that doesn't just survive, it thrives, no matter what the market is doing. And here's the secret, if you can even call it that. Success in this game isn't really about luck. It's about knowing what to look for. It's about spotting the projects that have solid foundations and real potential before the whole world catches on. It just comes down to doing your homework. To make things a little easier to grasp, it helps to break the landscape down into a few categories. You've got your established giants, right? Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're like the bedrock of the entire crypto world. Then you have these cutting-edge players, think Solana or Cosmos, that are really pushing the limits of speed and what this technology can do. And finally, you've got to keep an eye on the next-gen challengers, like Aptos and Sui, who are coming in with brand new ideas. Just understanding these different buckets helps you see the bigger picture. Okay, we've arrived at what is, without a doubt, the most important role of them all. Seriously. Before you even dream about the potential gains, your number one focus has to be on protecting what you put in. Managing risk isn't just a good idea, it's the absolute foundation of everything. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. Let's be totally honest. The crypto market can be incredibly volatile. People make fortunes, for sure, but they can lose them just as fast. If you go in without real knowledge and a clear strategy, you're just gambling. Now, I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm telling you this to empower you, so you can go in with your eyes wide open. So here are 4 practical, proven steps you can start using today. First, do your own research. Please don't just invest based on a tweet. You've got to understand what a project actually does. Second, diversify. You've heard it a million times, but don't put all your eggs in one basket. It protects you from shocks. Third, set your limits before you invest a single dollar. Know exactly how much you're willing to risk and at what point you'll take profits. And finally, stay informed, but don't be impulsive. Follow the news, but don't let every little headline cause you to panic sell or buy. This is your toolkit for sticking around for the long haul. All right, as we start to wrap this up, let's zoom out and look at the even bigger picture. What happens after 2026? Well, the future of this whole space can really be summed up in one powerful idea: convergence. So, what in the world is convergence? Well, it's that magic moment when all these amazing technologies, like blockchain and AI, stop living in their own separate worlds and start working together, solving real problems in our daily lives. For instance, just imagine an AI analyzing weather data from satellites. When it detects a crop failure, it could automatically trigger a blockchain smart contract to send an insurance payment directly to the farmer. No paperwork, no delays. That's convergence. And that's where things get truly revolutionary. The key thing to remember is that this train is not slowing down. In fact, it's picking up speed. The pace of innovation is accelerating. Getting informed right now means you're not just keeping up, you're getting ahead of what's coming next.
And I guess that's the real question I want to leave you with. This future isn't some far-off fantasy. It's literally being built, line by line of code, right now, by people all over the world. So now that you have a roadmap, what are you going to do with it?